Hey folks, this is Boren, criminal defense attorney and former felony prosecutor. I want to talk to you today about the castle doctrine in Texas. Today I want to just focus on the defense of persons, not property. That's a subject of another video. I didn't want to make this one too long. First of all, just let me say, don't drag the body anywhere. If you shoot somebody, they're going to be able to tell if you tried to move it any which way. Through forensics. So it just makes you look guilty of something. So don't mess with the evidence. In fact, that could be even considered tampering with evidence, which is a crime. Now, I'll tell you a little story to start with. Actually, the pastor of my church had a situation where in the middle of the night, someone was beating on his back door, wanting in. We're talking in the wee hours, like 2, 3 in the morning. He got up with his gun, went to the back door, and the guy was yelling and screaming incoherently. And thankfully, this friend, the pastor, didn't shoot him. He could have, but he didn't. And of course, that's all the better if you don't have to ever kill anybody or shoot them. Now, can you use deadly force to protect your person? The answer is yes. Deadly force is anything by means and manner of use is capable of causing serious bodily injury or death. Now, some things are deadly weapons per se, like a gun, obviously. But other things, just by the way they're used, can be deadly weapons. Even a belt can be used to strangle somebody, for example. Now, in Texas, you have no duty to retreat. Some people call this the stand your ground law. You can stand your ground in Texas. You do not have to retreat. Some states, you do give a specific duty to do that. The castle doctrine is somewhat of a misnomer because it also applies beyond your residence. By the way, whether you own or rent doesn't matter. As long as you have a right to be there, it includes your business property and your vehicle. Now, what needs to be true for the castle doctrine to apply? Well, one, you need to reasonably believe that deadly force is necessary. Now, that means a person similarly situated in your situation would believe or could believe what you came to believe as far as the necessity of using force or deadly force. And you have to take this action immediately. You can't wait. You can't go and get a cup of coffee and come back and then deal with it. You need to be dealing with it when it's happening, okay? You can't be the one that provoked the initial incident, okay? It has to be something that you are innocent in that regard. You can't be involved in criminal activity yourself. So if you're like trespassing on someone else's property, which is kind of a minor offense, but nonetheless, this doctrine will not apply to you. Now, if you believe the intruder either entered by force or was there to do these specific things, which I'm about to enumerate, you can use the castle doctrine and use deadly force to protect your person and persons, those around you. Now, if you see a window broken out or a door kicked in, that'll get you there. Let's say they didn't, they just walked in the door, it's unlocked. If you reasonably believe that they're there to commit sexual assault, robbery, kidnapping, or murder, you're justified in using deadly force. So let me just say, if somebody's in your house, you're really not going to interrogate them or interview them as to why they're there. I will submit to you that, particularly in Texas, if you use deadly force, if somebody's in your house like that, you don't know if they're there to commit robbery or whatever. I believe you can definitely use deadly force. You can use it, I mentioned earlier, to defend a friend, but only if the friend himself could claim self-defense. So if you walk up on a situation where your friend's in a fight and you didn't really see how the fight started, but if your friend provoked the fight and you use deadly force against the other party, you can be prosecuted. So I want you guys to know this and to be aware of it. And please let others know that you care about how this works. Share this video with them, perhaps. It's something that a lot of people have on their mind, frankly, and it does happen more than just a little bit. So, as always tell you to, if you're ever engaged with a police officer, be aware that you should have your video app on your smartphone. And as always, again, if you have questions about this and any related subjects, please reach out to me and I will be happy to respond. I hope this was helpful.